And hello. Today is about finding flow. Let yourself go slow and low. That is the tempo. Thank you, Beastie Boys. They will appear on the playlist. If you are listening to Spotify today, the link is in the description of the class. You might need something like a block or a bolster or a pillow if you like. Maybe a blanket folded up, not required, but wanted to offer those if you have them around. Sometimes a sweatshirt rolled up does just the same job. Go ahead and find your comfortable seat for this slow and low flow today. It might mean sitting on something with the sitting bones toward the front edge of whatever that might be. We're coming to you live from Vermont. Salt and Sand Studios. It's a lovely day, threatening to rain, but great to be here with you practicing the yogas. Woo! My name is Karen. Nice long spine. I promise you I'll remove some of the stripes before I get into the physical part of the practice so it doesn't make some weirdness, googliness with your eyes. Notice the breath. Allow it to slow down. As you come to the top of the breath, next, take a little pause. Notice that moment. And breathe out as you come to the bottom of the breath. Also take a pause. And take another round of breath in, stopping at the top. Breathe out. Pause at the bottom. Now we'll start to round that out. Just working to remove the pause and inhale. Round into the exhale. Round back up, inhale. And keep moving. Maybe that allows the breath to slow even further. Let the breath extend the spine a little bit more, space amongst all the vertebrae. Maybe the tailbone tucks a little bit, lifting the belly. The shoulders drape down the back. Sometimes it helps to slow things down by noticing which air passage in your sinuses is more closed. During different times of the day for different people at different times of the year. One passage is more open than the other, and that switches during the day. We can start to slow down the breath by focusing the inhale and exhale on the side that is a little more constricted. On your next breath in, arms spread wide, right out of the shoulders, as if you could get larger in the space you're in. Even if you're outdoors, maybe there's something to the right and left that you might reach your energy toward. The fingers are really strong and wide. The shoulder blades a little bit moving together, and then we move them apart. Next breath in, keeping a long side body. The arms float up, the palms press together there. Reach the fingertips toward the sky, get a little taller, tuck your lowest ribs on the front body down, breathe in nice and deep. Exhale, hands come together at your heart. We'll begin the more active part of the practice, although we are remaining slow, low in our flow. Not totally low, we'll stand up for a little bit. We're going to begin with a chant of Om, not required to join in, but if you would like to, see if you can broaden the collarbones a little bit. Continue to activate the belly upward. We'll take a cleansing breath first. Huge breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Fill back up again. Take a gentle twist over the right shoulder. Right hand behind you, left hand on your thigh. A breath in, spine gets long. When you breathe out, imagine all of the toxins, all the things that don't serve you, rinsing out of the spine. Maybe the nose turns a little more over the right shoulder. Breathe in tall. Exhale, twist. And one more time. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist. Inhale, sweep through center. Breathe out, twist to the other side. Inhale, sweep through center. Make your way into a child's pose. And just as a reminder, child's pose can be taken at any time during your practice, even if I don't guide you to it. It might be for a reason or no reason. Maybe you're a little out of breath, or maybe the body's tired, or maybe some emotion has welled up and it's beneficial to come face down with the knees nice and wide. Big toes touching. If the forehead resists coming to the mat, maybe something underneath the chest or the forehead or both. Arms long in front. Big breath in and out. Bring to mind here an intention or maybe a motivation for your practice. And repeat it to yourself as you rock your head left and right 3 times. Using the breath to support the movement. Draw your way up to a forearm tabletop. Not that you have 4 arms, but you are on your forearms with the elbows right under the shoulders. And the sitting bones the hips right over the knees. Press energy into the tops of the feet and the palms of the hands and the forearms. As you breathe out, press the floor away, coming into a rounded cat back shape. Drop your head. You're tilting the tailbone down. Inhale, belly drops. Gaze and hips lift. Press the shoulders a little downward. Exhale, round, round, round. Inhale, back bend. If you wanted to start the playlist and have not, go ahead and do so now. Exhale, press the ground away. One more time. Inhale for the cow shape. Find a neutral spine. We'll draw the tailbone down and the navel up for that, and the nose right on toward the mat. Then one at a time, the palms placed underneath your shoulders to find your full tabletop. We'll keep the top of the left foot on the mat, but glide the left foot behind, pointing the toes. Now activate the whole leg and the glutes. You can feel the movement. It helps draw the belly in and up. Keeping all that active and the toes pointed, float the left leg from the mat. Slowly point the left toes toward the inner left wrist. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Strong belly, inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, hand to the mat. Take a look over the right shoulder. Swing your left leg over the right, and then glide the top of the foot as far back as you can. I'm going to find a little crashing effect onto the pillows. Drawing the left hip, front hip, toward the right heel. You might draw back to your forearms, or maybe your forehead is on the mat. We're working an opening all along the outer right cheek and thigh. Hopefully you're feeling that. I definitely am. When you're ready, use the belly and the glutes to come back to your 3-legged tabletop. Draw the knee back to the mat. You might need to take a little shifting left and right, or hip circles. Finding movement with your breath. And if you find yourself out of breath, pausing to slow it down. This time on an inhale, right leg glides behind, top of the foot remains pressed onto the mat underneath you. Energy into both hands. Right glutes activate, so does the belly. Right leg floats up. Point the toes, and then let the toes move to face the right inner wrist. On an exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Pause, reach the heel behind you, and then float the left arm in front. Exhale, knee to elbow. Get long on the breath in. Exhale, left hand comes to the mat, gaze over the left shoulder. The right leg swings around, come to the top of the foot. Shift the hips back, front of the right hip toward the left heel, maybe drawing to the forearms. Belly helps you out to rise back to a tabletop. Exhale, knee to the mat. Shift the sitting bones back toward the heels. Maybe you even do so with the toes tucked under to find a little bit of different support in the body. If you have not tucked under your toes, go ahead and make that happen. Shift the sitting bones back toward the heels. Press energy into the hands and the feet. Use the belly to float the knees partway off the mat. We're not going very fast. Activate the quads. Lift the knees a little bit more. Big breath in. Exhale, heels toward the mat. Downward facing dog. You might need to take a little movement in your legs and maybe even move the feet a little farther apart. Chest moves toward the thighs. Gaze between the feet. Heels aim for the mat, but it's a direction, not a destination. Index finger and mounds of the thumbs are pressing into the mat. Inhale, rise up to the tiptoes a lot. Exhale, bend the knees, look past your hands, a little walk all the way to the front of your mat for a forward fold. In this forward fold, intertwine the fingers and place the palms on the back of your head. The thumbs are on the neck. Drop the elbows. Oh yeah. Extra help, leveraging gravity, maybe a little sway. Knees nice and soft. Big breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Press the floor away, unravel to standing. We'll hit mountain pose softly. Hit softly as the shoulders stack over the hips. Tuck the tailbone, inhale, sweep your arms up, get really tall. Exhale, palms together at your heart. Again, arms rise up, nice and long in the body. Exhale with soft knees, fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana, hands glide to the shins. Pause here for a moment to make the collarbones really wide. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, unravel to standing. Arms reach for the sky. Bend the left elbow, bring the fingers to the nape of the neck or the back between the shoulders. The right hand takes a hold of the elbow and draws it up and back. Sometimes we end up sinking into our knees or finding a deep bend or arch in the low back. See if you can tuck the tailbone, draw the belly in. Maybe a little smile. Maybe a big smile. And then switch that around. Bend the right elbow, reach around with the left. Opening up the shoulders. A little bit of the heart. And we'll take a deeper heart opening coming into cactus arms. Start to feel the little adjustments, the little nuances you can make to open the heart a little bit more. So first, maybe the elbows and shoulders reach away, left to right. Then you start to make more space between the shoulder blades. Maybe the hips shift forward a tiny little bit and the front body lifts. Now squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the right hand, place it behind you so the back of the hand is on your low back. Take the left fingers, grip the right, or grasp, maybe not grip, then see if the right knuckles can come a little more toward the left hip. We're going to take a big breath in for a halfway fold. So as you fold on a breath out, knees soften, belly comes in a little bit more. We find a long, flat back. Nose points toward the ground. Let the collarbones get a little smilier. Inhale, rise up. Hands by your side, sweep the arms high. Cactus arms. Take a full round of breath to settle into this posture before allowing the back of the left hand to come behind you. And the right fingers curl around the left to see if you can move the left knuckles more toward the right hip. Maybe this side feels tighter or a little looser. Open up the collarbones, sink a little into the knees, fold halfway down. Nose points down to take the stress out of the neck. Keeping the knees bent, we'll drop the arms right out of the shoulders. Lift the arms to the same height as your ears. And we're going to hinge into a chair, keeping the arms long in front. Begin to sit the sitting bones behind the heels. Rise up. Then lock the arms back into the shoulders. We're working into the heels. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale for a forward fold. Breathe in, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Glide the left foot way to the back of the mat, finding your way into a runner's lunge. Take your time, slow and low. Let yourself go. Move the right foot maybe out to the right for stability. As the left hand comes to the mat, the right arm floats high for a twist. Big breath in. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Left knee drops down, toes untucked. Anjaneyasana. Maybe in this back bend, the hands are by the sides, on the thigh, or up overhead, or even at your heart, although that is probably the least effective for some of us as we work to open the shoulders. A little more energy into the heel of the front foot and the top of the back. Hands come to your heart. Fingers intertwine, elbows pointing out to the sides of the room. See if you can activate the left glutes to tuck the tailbone a little bit more. And as you breathe out, we're going to turn to the right and allow the hands to come to the right hip, the nose to point down. Working a bit more into the front of the left hip, psoas, the hip flexor. Let the left arm reach forward and the right arm reach behind. If you're wobbly, that's okay. That's part of the process. But if you're super wobbly and it's really distracting, you might move the right foot farther out to the right. Take a little reverse, the right hand down inside the left thigh, and the left arm floats high. The heart is sending energy toward the sky, lighting the sun on fire. And in turn, the sun allows the leaves to be green, and the flowers to be so beautifully colored. Inhale, come to center, arms float high. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. Tuck the back toes under to extend both legs. You're in a wide-legged forward fold for a moment. See if you can extend that front leg, drop the head, and shift onto the heel of the front foot. Press the front foot back to the mat. Hands shift forward to glide the foot halfway up the mat for Parsvottanasana. Pyramid pose. You might have something underneath your hands. Or maybe you have a big bend in your front knee. Go ahead and make sure the right hip is parallel to the left. There's scientific evidence that slow breath with movement helps to unkink all of the kinks, unmonkey brain, the monkey brain. Find a little calmness throughout the whole body and the mind. Big breath in. Exhale, step into a forward fold at the front of your mat. Inhale, press the floor away, come to standing. Arms lift high. Once again, cactus arms. And one at a time, the hands drop behind you to intertwine your fingers behind your low back or your bottom. Collarbones get wide, rib cage tucks downward, fingers, knuckles move down. And sink into chair pose, Utkatasana, bound as you are. Rise up to the balls of the feet. Keep the belly strong, the thighs spinning toward one another as you sink down a little bit more. Heels draw down to the mat. Stay as low as you can, energy into the heels, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Maybe your bound hands float from your spine. Nice, huge breath in. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Come halfway up, maybe the hands are on the shins or the thigh. Collarbones wide, shoulders toward the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Very gently and slowly, the right foot steps as far to the back of the mat as you can get it. Maybe move the left foot out to the left. Allow the left knee to be directly over the ankle. Super long in the back leg. Belly strong. Right hand down, left arm floats. Twist. Rather than thinking about scrunching into the twist, imagine the breath in gets the spine really long, the heart reaches forward, and then all that space gets utilized in the breath out as you twist a little deeper. Big breath in. Exhale, left hand to the mat, then gently touch the right knee down to untuck the toes and find your modified Anjaneyasana. Knee down lunge. Next, exhale, hands to your heart. Fingers intertwine, elbows get wide, breath in. Exhale, twist to bring the hands outside the left hip and the nose points down toward the hip. Gaze floats downward. Energy into the top of the back foot and the heel of the front. And we often imagine we could take one full movement and be perfectly situated in a posture. Attempting that is a bit of a folly because nothing is perfect, number one. But number two, on any given day, and even whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, the body might react differently. Maybe the breath isn't quite in tune, maybe you're not as mindful. So taking the time to adjust into the posture that works for your body, that gains the most benefit without harm, is your best bet. Inhale, come back to center, float the arms high overhead. Sink deeper into your front knee. Next breath out, hands frame your front foot. Tuck your back toes under and float the knee off the mat. Extend your front leg for a fold over the leg, then reach the ball of the foot off the mat. Drop your head. On the next breath out, left foot comes all the way to the mat, and the right foot comes halfway up. Both sets of toes point forward. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Big breath in. Exhale, right foot steps up to meet the left. And inhale lifts you halfway, nice and light. Exhale, forward fold. Step back for a high plank. We're going to pause there. Take a quick note that we haven't gone yet into a full vinyasa, but we have moved the spine in all directions, opened up hips and hamstrings, strengthened the belly and the upper body. Now we're going to work that a little bit more by moving into our full vinyasa, dropping the knees first for your low plank, elbows in toward the ribs. Extend the front body onto the mat, press the floor away, a little back bend. Exhale down to the mat. Downward dog, maybe through table or child's. Breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Left foot moves a little to the right. Breathe in, lift the right leg off the mat. Open up the downward dog, hips stack, right knee bends. Maybe ankle circles or knee circles or both. Next breath in, extend the leg behind you. Breathe out, knee to nose. Step back into your runner's lunge. Situate yourself with stability. Float the hands by the sides, hover over the thigh. Inhale, rise up, crescent warrior. I realized we didn't do the reverse and twist on the left as we were in our kneeling lunge, so we'll do that from crescent when we get there. Big breath in. Exhale, hands plant around your front foot. Step back, high plank. Low plank, maybe knees are down. Breath in for a back bend. Exhale, downward dog. Breath into the nose and out through the mouth. Right foot moves about an inch to the left. Left leg floats high. Breath in. Open up the downward dog. Any movement the body guides you to, take it. Inhale, left leg extends. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the foot, runner's lunge. Hover. Float up, crescent warrior. Next, exhale, arms straight in front. Lock the arms back and open up left arm behind. Left hand down, right arm high. Big breath in. Exhale, hands down around your front foot. High plank. Low plank. Back bend. Downward dog. 5 breaths. Little nuances of movement as the breath allows you to move more fully into the posture. Left foot moves in an inch. Right leg floats high. Runner's lunge. Crescent warrior. Breath in. Open up warrior two. Right palm flips, reverse. Side angle, right forearm inside the thigh, left arm sweeps around. Maybe it's over, the bicep is over the ear, maybe the arm reaches for the sky. Maybe we hold on to a beach ball out the side or the front. Float back up, warrior two. Reverse your warrior. Warrior two, hands come to your hips. Extend your front leg, point the right toes toward the left. Coming to the long edge of the mat, keeping the feet nice and wide. Fold halfway down. Stay here or fold all the way down on the breath out, adjusting as you need. Maybe you find a sway or a twist, or perhaps the fingers spin to the opposite side of the mat for a deeper fold. Head is like a bowling ball. Hands walk back under your shoulders, rise halfway up. Spin the left toes now toward the original back of your mat. Come into a runner's lunge facing the original back of your mat. Crescent warrior. Open up warrior two. We work to peel the left hip away from the thigh, but keep the bend in the front knee and the knee moving away from the midline. Reverse your warrior. Side angle. Reverse your warrior. Warrior two. Hands to your hips. Let's go ahead and come to the ball of the back foot facing the left foot now. And bring the hands inside the left foot. Heel toe the left foot out to the left. And point the toes over to the left, keeping the back knee up if you can, or drop it if it makes more sense. We'll find a twist over the left shoulder. On the breath out, hand comes inside the foot, step back for a high plank. Find your low plank or go straight to downward dog, facing the opposite side. Runner's lunge on the left. Crescent warrior. Warrior two. Reverse. Triangle, warrior two arms. Press the floor away to extend the left leg. Maybe shorten your stance a little bit for triangle. Rise back up, bend the front knee, warrior two. This time as the left toes point to the right, the arms float up. Palms come together. Rise up onto the balls of the feet. Throw the heels. Throw is probably not the best word. Inward. Hands to your heart. Keep the heels raised. Belly in. Sink a little deeper. Heels to the mat. Rise up. Bring the heels to parallel the toes. Point the right toes to the original front of the mat. Warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Don't forget about the heart. It's like a flower shining toward the sun, absorbing all those beautiful rays, vitamin D. Warrior two arms. Extend your front leg, maybe shorten your stance for triangle. Work your way to triangle. Rise back up, warrior two. Let the hands come to your hips. Come onto the ball of the back foot so you're facing the right foot. Go ahead and heel toe the right foot out to the right. Bring the hands inside the right foot. Point the toes outward. Twist over to the right. Hands return to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left high plank. Breathe in. Exhale, knees to the mat. Keeping your toes tucked under, shift the sitting bones back toward the heels. Rise up. It's sort of a squishy toed seat. Take the heels of the hands to the low back. Rise up onto your knees. If it feels better for you and more stable, you can untuck the toes, but that's not required. Press the fleshy part downward with the heels of the hands and shift the hips forward. Lift the front body, squeeze the shoulder blades. Now imagine there's this beautiful golden ribbon of light reaching out of the heart all the way up to the moon. That moon is someone you love unconditionally. You're working to send that energy upward. So let the shoulder blades start to fall a little in love. The hips shift forward a little bit more. The belly to get long and the heart to shine, shine, shine. Maybe the head drops. And the shoulders stack over the hips. Come back to seated on your heels. And find a little cat shape and cow shapes. And cat shape. Neutral spine. Come back to kneeling. This time we will tuck the toes under. For those who would like to take a full camel pose, Ustrasana, or half and half. Instead of the full-on cream, we're going to take the half and half. That's where I will guide. So again, we'll start with the heels of the hands just at the low back where the fleshy part of the bottom meets the back. Shift the hips forward. Lengthen the front body, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart, shine the heart, open the collarbones, and maybe one hand is ready to reach back to a heel. Keep the hip bones as much as you can parallel, and maybe the right arm drops, or perhaps it floats up nice and high, giving you an opportunity to find a deeper back bend here. Tucking the tailbone to protect the low spine. If you like, you can find all of that once again by coming upright, or you can work to switch where the hands are if you feel that the back bend is working for you now. Shoulders and hips stack, toes untucked, hands to the heart. Sitting bones drop toward the heels. A little twist over to the left. Maybe the left arm floats wide. That might bring a little extra momentum, encouraging the right arm to float wide, unfurling like wings. And we'll come back to center, hands to the heart. Take our twist to the other side, breath in, long spine. Breath out, the twist. Opening up the right wing, letting that momentum carry to your full wingspan. On a breath out, return to center. Scoot over onto one hip to allow the legs to come in front of you. The sitting bones are right around the center of the mat, front to back. And this time we'll extend the left leg to find a little bit of a deeper twist. There's about a fist width of distance between the right foot and the left leg. Sit up really tall. Right fingers can be a little guide as you breathe in to find length and the shoulders down, and breathe out to find your twist. On an inhale, come back to center. Bring both hands behind you for a moment and make a little more space between the right heel and the sitting bone. Glide the left foot onto the mat to start. Hug the knee up toward the heart and cross the left ankle above the right knee. This might be where you stay as you reach the heart toward the shin and the shin toward the heart with a very active left foot that you might massage with your right thumb. Or if you have more space to work with, maybe you can gather up the shin and the foot with the inner elbows. And again, lift the heart and the spine long, maybe extending the right leg onto the mat and creating some shapes in the air with your knee and your foot. Left and right, up and down, Mobius strips, number 8. Keep lifting the spine and the heart. Then pause with the shin moving in toward the chest. Peace fingers and thumb take a hold of the left big toe. Extend the leg off the mat in front. It might be bent like mine, or maybe you have stretchier hamstrings. Breathe in. Exhale, let the foot meet the right to find a fold over both legs, Paschimottanasana. Does not matter how deep you get here. Really working for a long spine. So that might only take you partway down, and maybe the knees bend to help with that. Over time, you might find more of the body coming into contact with the thighs. Inhale, rise up. We'll take that whole sequence slow and low in our flow to let ourselves go. Other side. Draw yourself back to center. Extend for a little bit of space between the left heel and the left glute. The right knee comes into the heart, and then the ankle up over the thigh. Maybe gathering up, maybe not. Reach the heart forward, the spine long. Perhaps the left leg extends. Find your movement. Stillness. Allows your peace fingers and thumb to wrap around the big toe to find extension. Sit up nice and tall. Right heel comes to meet the left. Paschimottanasana, double-legged seated forward fold. Walk your hands backward. Come upright. Place your hands under your bottom. Bend the knees a little bit, really gently. Come onto one forearm at a time. Stretch long, point your toes, lift your heart, and drop the head backward to the mat. Shoulder blades really kissing one another. The collarbones so wide. Breathe in. Exhale all the way down to the mat. Loosen up your hands. One knee at a time draws in to the heart. And we find knee circles or rocking left and right. Maybe for a breath or two, virtual legs up the wall or a happy baby. One last big breath in. And as you let it go, find your way to Shavasana. If the knees need to be bent, allow that to happen. Otherwise, the legs come long on the mat. Some people prefer it seated for low back reasons. Let the palms face upward if possible. Settle the shoulder blades in toward the mat like they're melty, melty, melty. And observe the breath with no control. Allowing the slowness, the flowness to integrate all the aspects of your practice. Your intention, motivation, the physical body, heart, and the breath. Mindfully aware of the breath, deepen it, and guide your attention to the body as you glide one foot onto the mat, then the other, to allow yourself to shift onto one side, whichever side feels more natural. Curled up, nourishing, beautiful human circle of energy. And bring back to mind your intention or motivation. And notice maybe just one little thing that's different from when you came to your mat to where you are in this moment. And thank yourself for that. Press yourself back up to a seat, as comfortable as makes sense for your body. Allow the hands once again to find their home at your heart. We'll close this practice as we begin it, chanting Om, connecting all the beauty, the benefits, and the merits of the practice with all of those in need. Exhale all the air from your lungs. Super full breath in. Thumb knuckles come to your forehead, connecting right with the center. You allow your day to flow slowly, deliberately, mindfully, and let go. Namaste. As always, such a treasure. Heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you. Looking forward to seeing you live again on this channel or maybe through other channels. Please like and share. Play the Spotify list at any point in time. They're named pretty well in accordance with what they include. And it is my pleasure to share yoga with you. I hope you have a great week. Thank you.